Is it that White House?
Yeah.
I think they're crazy.
She brought me over here to help her clean her house, and she's psychotic, man. They've got a dead body I sat on. I thought it was a couch.
Come on. Okay, come on. Come to me. What's your name?
If you're upstairs, make yourself known now. Kids, come out.
We need to get her out of the house. She's been hit in the head with a baseball.
He said he would kill everybody. What's in your pants? Is there a gun in your pants?
I said I grabbed the gun when...
Don't move.
Escalated quickly.
This was the chaotic scene Evansville, Indiana law enforcement officers found when they arrived at Heidi Carter's residence on the night of October 19, 2021. By the end of the night, they were faced with 2 dead bodies, a victim in the hospital, 2 people under arrest, and countless questions. The appalling details of the crime would only make sense once police determined who the real victim was and delved into the twisted mind of the perpetrator. Most of the following footage has never been seen before. On the night of October 19, 2021, a state trooper opened his door to find a panicked woman clutching a hammer and begging for help. She'd seen his cruiser parked out front after escaping from a terrifying and disturbing situation down the street. He then made a 911 call.
He's off duty right now. He had someone come up to his door knocking on it, advising that they need officer assistance with a possible kidnapping.
Where's this at?
And a murder.
Other officers soon arrived, but they had no idea the nightmare they were walking into.
What you got?
She sat on a dead body. Okay.
You're straight up in PJs.
Yeah, dude. She keep knocking on my house.
Is it that White House?
Yeah.
I think they're crazy.
While the officers suspected there'd been previous calls to the house in question,
I was just here about a month ago.
police would soon learn that what took place behind closed doors that night was nothing short of a nightmare. The woman who escaped the White House, Cynthia Winesapple, began to relay a terrifying story. And it soon became obvious that the situation was dire. Little did they know, this was only the beginning.
What's going on here?
I was hanging out with this girl that I was supposedly working with, and she brought me over here to help her clean her house, and she's psychotic, man. They've got a dead body I sat on. I thought it was a couch. Like, I felt hair when I went to sit down. It felt funny to sit down, and then I went like that, and my hand slipped, and the blanket came off. The head came out because the couch, it was like...
Came out of what?
The blanket. They was just acting like everything was just a normal day.
Cynthia claimed that she'd sat on a couch in the house, only to feel something like human hair. It was then that she discovered she was in fact sitting on a dead body. But this gruesome discovery is only one piece of the horrors that had taken place inside the house. And, as police would soon find out,
this scene hits like a punch to the gut. Cynthia's terror as she describes sitting on a body she thought was a couch is chilling. Imagine the shock of realizing you're touching a corpse. The police are thrust into a nightmare, knowing another woman's life hangs in the balance. It's hard not to feel the chaos and dread as officers scramble in the dark, unsure of what horrors await. This case exposes how quickly atypical night can spiral into madness, with innocent people caught in a twisted web. How could something so gruesome unfold in a quiet neighborhood? It's a stark reminder of the darkness some hide behind closed.
Step out front!
You just stay right there.
just as officers were beginning to make a plan on how to get inside to rescue the other woman being held there, they noticed movement near the house. A terrifying scene would soon unfold.
Hey, come out here! Hey! Hey! Somebody just ran inside. Shut the... Show me your hands. Yeah, show me your hands. Step out of the vehicle. Yep, I've got eyes on the back. I've got eyes on this lady. Get out of the van now. Can somebody go to the other side of the house, like drive around the block? I get the car. Hey, walk towards them over here.
The woman exiting the house and who the police are handcuffing is 36-year-old Heidi Carter.
Just relax. You got to relax a minute.
Please get in the house. He's in there. There's people in.
Somebody came out the front door and went back in when they saw us.
I don't know who it is.
Come over here. Relax.
No, it is.
Despite Heidi's hysterics, she wasn't the woman that Cynthia had said was being held against her will.
Does Heidi live here?
Heidi's boyfriend is
Do what?
Heidi's boyfriend is Carrie, which is the dude that
Carrie Hammond, Heidi's boyfriend, had been one of the people who tried to prevent Cynthia from leaving. The police were already very familiar with him, and their concerns grew when Cynthia alleged that he was making threats.
Is anybody hurt in that house? Who? Who is hurt? Is somebody hurt in that house? Who? 2 people?
It's sick. It's so sick. Yes.
Is somebody dead in that house?
Yes.
Heidi said the woman still trapped inside was named Amanda, but the rest of her story bordered on incomprehensible. The situation inside was incredibly volatile. Police decided to call everyone outside using a megaphone and arranged for an armored vehicle to come to the scene. More officers from multiple agencies, including the Sheriff's Department, City Police, and State Police.
The front door, full traffic.
As someone exits the house, police brace themselves, expecting Carrie Hammond. But they quickly learned that this was not the case.
Stand back up and come back to me. Hands on your head. Come back to me. Keep coming. Keep coming to my voice. Keep coming to my voice.
The man gave his name as Jason Harvey, and he claimed to be the one renting the house. He was handcuffed for the time being in case he was involved. What he shared escalated the already dire situation even further.
Hands up! Come out now! Do not reach down there again!
Just be advised, the kids are upstairs.
That's right. Not only was someone being held captive, but there were children in the residence as well. Before officers even had a chance to reconvene, someone else was seen near the front door, and they appeared to be holding a weapon.
I'm not saying you.
he invited me back there because Domino's showed up.
So wait.
Escalated quickly.
Officers are shocked when the unexpected happens, but exactly what just occurred, who had come to the door, and the harrowing discoveries found inside the house would all be explained later. This unbelievable turn of events would end up being only one piece of an incredibly disturbing puzzle, and officers would be tasked with untangling a sickening web to truly understand all of the horrors that had taken place in the house. One particularly tricky aspect of this stomach-churning case was determining who exactly was a victim and who was only pretending. With so many people involved, investigators also had to keep track of who was who. Jason was the man who exited the home and claimed to rent it. It was his children who he said were still inside. Heidi rented the ground floor from Jason, and she claimed her boyfriend, Carrie Hammond, was at the house that night as well. Cynthia, Heidi's friend, had come to the house under strange circumstances and later escaped. Still inside was Amanda and her boyfriend Tim, who had also been invited to the home by Heidi. In order to begin sorting through the dramatic and disturbing events of the night, Heidi, Cynthia, and Jason were all brought to the police station to answer questions. As it turned out, Cynthia had a warrant for her arrest.
But that's the state police.
We have to
right?
arrest on felony warrant. It's not a misdemeanor.
I did the right thing. Y'all are killing me. Look, this is why people don't do this.
It was time to untangle the disturbing story. Nothing could prepare investigators for the sick truth they would eventually uncover. Unfortunately, Heidi didn't seem inclined to make the process easy.
Okay, well, I am going to search you. We're trying to do our job and keep everyone safe.
Cynthia was in another interrogation room, waiting to talk to police. It was 6 hours before a detective arrived to talk to Heidi. When he arrived, he would begin to untangle a story so disturbing that he would remember it for the rest of his career.
Heidi.
Yeah.
Now wake up for me, okay?
I'm like awake.
What's that?
I'm like awake.
Okay.
Cause
I'm gonna have these officers take those handcuffs off of you so you can sit in a chair, okay?
Okay. Are you the detective?
Yes.
Okay. Someone's blood, I think, is on my shirt.
What'd you say?
The woman's blood that, Amanda,
Yes.
cause,
Why don't you sit in this one right here?
After confirming Heidi's personal information, the detective informed her of her Miranda rights. Heidi agreed to talk to him without a lawyer present.
How long have you lived there at the house on Stinson?
okay. Maybe since I was sometime in August, I think.
Okay. And how did you come to live there?
I was staying at the Econo Lodge in, right by the Econo Lodge. When I came to town, Carrie had actually moved me out here.
Kerry Hammond is Heidi's boyfriend. He doesn't live at the house where Heidi was renting the ground floor from Jason.
He moved me out here, and then I met Jason actually, and we hit it off, and he's been my friend. Basically, him and his kids had the upstairs, you know, it's a bigger house.
Right.
And then me and my dog, we had our room.
Jason, the man renting the house where Heidi was living, was advised of his rights when he came to the station. He, too, agreed to speak with the police. His questioning would prove to be extremely helpful in determining who exactly was a victim or not. Earlier, when he first exited the house, Jason had appeared shocked at the situation unfolding at his home.
What's going on in there? I just came out of my bathroom and came over twice.
He then shocked everyone by informing officers that his children were still inside during an incredibly volatile situation.
Just be advised, the kids are upstairs.
In the moments following the unexpected incident, officers jumped on the opportunity to get inside the house and attempt to rescue those still trapped there, including Jason's children. Using the armored vehicle for cover, officers approached the house, likely bracing themselves for the potential horrors inside. They had no idea that the grim discoveries they would make were only the tip of the iceberg.
Police department, if you're in the house, be known. All right, you guys ready?
Kids are upstairs.
On you.
North, south, west.
Got a long hall, multiple doors. Ready?
On you. Go.
Go, go, go. I got the long hall.
Mike in the closet.
We're clearing the house. Okay.
Clear.
Back, dogs. Hold on, we got another room back here.
Police department, if you're upstairs, make yourself known now.
Kids, come out.
Keep coming down. Come out to the stairs. You're okay? Come downstairs. With the hands up.
I'll go contact. Yeah.
Hands up. Keep coming. You're good.
Watch your guns. Watch your guns. Watch your guns.
Come on, kids. Come on, guys.
Come on out, kids.
Make a. Hey,
Guys, come on.
over here.
Make a
man.
hole.
Come over here. Make a hole.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
I got him. Here, we're gonna hang on, guys. Let's get that out of the way out there. Hold on.
Hey, one more.
Delano.
Up there. We're coming out too.
Guys, just look to the right.
Go to the right.
Jason's children made it out of the house safe, but not everyone would.
So hearing those kids were upstairs while this nightmare unfolded breaks my heart. They were so close to danger, yet oblivious, playing in their rooms as violence erupted below. Jason's shock feels genuine, but it's hard to fathom missing such horror in your own home. The police's bravery, rushing in with an armored vehicle, shows their resolve to save lives, but the stakes are gut-wrenching. This moment makes you wonder about the ripple effects on those kids. How do they process this trauma? It's a stark contrast. Innocence upstairs, evil downstairs. The human cost of this case is staggering, and we're only scratching the surface.
Following his children's rescue, Jason later alleged during questioning that nothing earlier that day indicated something so horrific was going to happen later. Investigators wanted to clarify how exactly Heidi had come to live in the house Jason was renting.
How do you know Heidi and Carrie?
I just know Heidi from meeting her at a bar back in July.
Okay. So you met her in July and then...
Right. I found out that she was living at the hotel where they let the offenders had it.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I didn't think she needed to be there, so I told her she'd come stay with us until we could figure
Right.
something out.
Yeah, okay. Carrie already living with you, or did they both move in together?
No, Carrie lives at the safe house.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so yesterday I went to work like normal, went and had dinner with a girl that I'm dating and everything else. Came home like normal, went to sleep. I got Dad back. Also been passing stone, which I passed tonight. That's the reason why I didn't notice the light until I came out of the bathroom.
Right.
But yeah, I've been taking my Lord tests from my back, and I passed out earlier and woke up to pretty much all this except for going to the bathroom part.
Right.
Jason's recollection of events begs the question, did he actually miss the truly horrific events taking place in his own house? Or is there something else going on? Back with Heidi, woman still being held hostage inside, Amanda's rescue from the home was nothing short of harrowing. As police cleared the home, they made a horrific discovery in Heidi's bedroom.
It's outside. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Back here. I got a female down, and I got blood. Somebody get with her. Make contact. Where you at? Back up. What's your name? Somebody.
Down.
Somebody sit with him. What's your name? Stay with me.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, you got any weapons? Okay. Hey, you need to come. Take your blood. Hey, kids, watch your face with the door. Okay. Hey, you got one thing. Okay, that's fine. We're not worried about that, okay? Come to me. Come to me. No weapons, correct? Okay. Come on. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come to me. What's your name? Amanda? Okay, Amanda, come to me. Keep coming to me. Guys, we're coming up. We need to get her out of the house. She's been head to head with baseball. Okay, I got you. Okay. Keep walking. Keep walking. Let them know I'm coming out of the house. Medics. Where's she?
They haven't came yet.
We don't have any tac meds here. Yeah, bring her back here.
Following her rescue, Amanda was taken to the hospital immediately for emergency medical attention to treat her terrible injuries. But she spoke to the police as soon as she was able to. What she revealed would flip everything on its head, and the truth is even more twisted than anyone has been letting on.
Other than, like, when you guys were having together, after that, did you ever put your hands on Amanda or Tim in any way? Did she ever have a bat?
Yeah, she had it some, but she didn't ever threaten me.
Okay.
I acted like I was with him at certain points, but then as soon as he wasn't there, then I would try to calm her down.
According to Amanda, though, things were far more complicated than Heidi let on.
She was so back and forth,
right,
bipolar, up and down.
Yeah.
I never knew what she was doing.
Knowing this, the detective continued to push Heidi. The more he did, the more the inconsistencies became obvious.
I mean, did you ever encourage what he was doing?
Mm-mm.
No. I mean, did you ever join in like making threats to them to kill them
No.
or do anything to them?
No. She was involved. She wasn't touching me, but she was there and encouraging him with that one.
And they had made threats, I'm assuming. You talked about they told you they were going to kill you and stuff like that. So did he ever do anything to you physically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At what point did that happen?
Kim was still alive. They wanted him to go. The first time was before she left for the job site, and the second time was right after she left for the job site, because he did it again whenever she left.
Okay. So he did it once while she was there and once while she was gone to the job site.
Mm-hmm. And once while she was there was a warm up, because then they had.
But Heidi was ready to explain this, too.
Like I said, I was trying to keep him calm, like I didn't want things to get worse with those two, and I didn't want to be in their position either.
Right.
So he wanted to, and I let him have me. Because at first he yelled at me when I was trying to be nice. I was trying to take care of her. That's why I decided I might have to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard of a decision that is? I love him. I hated him. I wanted away from him. He was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, on my birthday, he did a bunch of bad shit and broke my, it just.
Mm-hmm.
I guess so she flipped and decided that he wasn't allowed to touch me anymore. She was getting out of there, that she was going to have to kill him that was going to have to happen. She was going to have to kill him. That was the only way that she would be able to get me out of there. I don't know if that was real or if it was trying to be good cop, bad cop. But she told him he wasn't allowed to hurt me anymore. And then he would come in and he would hold a gun up to me and she would freak out. Or she would piss him off and he would come in with a knife and stand there like he was going to stab me. And it was like all mind games with them.
Right.
This was only the beginning of the sickening mind games that took place.
Did you like tell Amanda or Tim that you were going to help get rid of them at some point? Did you tell them anything about being able to get rid of their bodies or anything like that?
I don't know anything how to get rid of a body.
Before she left is when you heard them talking about getting rugs to wrap you both up
They told
in.
us straight out that's what they were doing.
Okay.
They told us the entire time that that's what they were doing. They were going to kill us.
Okay.
That we weren't getting out of it.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, Heidi blamed all of this on Carrie. In fact, she'd started shifting the blame to Carrie right from the beginning, when she first exited the house.
Gary Hammond is a monster. I don't know. Oh God, can I please?
You stay right there.
He said that they both have to die. He said that from the very beginning. And in the beginning, I said, okay, I was acting like I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with that. But I said that I was fine with that. Okay, like I'm being compliant. Am I guilty of that? Yeah, but does that make me a guilty person, a guilty party? Like I'm some predator that I'm gonna just sit here and beat people? That's the whole situation. He looked me in the eye and he said, "You're gonna have to kill me." And then I'm not gonna kill him. Now last night I was sitting there trying to hype myself up that I was gonna have to kill him.
Right.
Yet earlier at the scene, Heidi was oddly focused on one thing: herself.
Who was supposedly dead?
I don't know his name, and his girlfriend. He's been terrorizing me like nonstop. I can't get. Please, can I have something to drink?
Not right now. We got more important stuff going.
And I actually said that either he's gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill him. I didn't know that anybody else was gonna be hurt. I don't want anybody else hurt. I did say two things that were up. I know that I did.
What were those two things?
Heidi alleged that Amanda and Tim chose to watch violent adult videos, and that this was the basis for the first comment that she made.
And I said, isn't it that you guys watched the snuff films and then now look what just happened?
She made some kind of video saying that she wouldn't have done what she done unless we did.
What's the other thing you said? Two.
It was something when I did not help him.
What did you say to her?
It was something in reference about sneaking around somebody's back or something or whatever.
Once again, Amanda had a different story to share.
They did what they did. What does she mean by that?
Something about we had tried to her so that they were trying to hold us accountable.
Furthermore, Amanda said that she had never even seen the other people in the house and only had contact with Heidi and Carrie. She didn't even know Jason and Cynthia's names and only knew other people were in the house because she'd heard voices. It seemed that they'd been telling the truth when they insisted that they had no knowledge of the violence.
Well, that's what, the first time we talked, I kind of walked out of here thinking you were lying to me, but the more I've talked to other people, I think maybe you're telling me the truth about not knowing stuff. I don't, at this point it's hard to tell, but you can tell me straight up, I 100%, anything about any of what I just told you that happened.
I don't know anything about any of it.
The battle for the truth was down to Heidi and Amanda, though by this point the detective likely had a suspicion about what the outcome would be. Still, the chilling details about to be revealed are nothing short of shocking.
People were broken up. So that's what made me think, was this some kind of a setup just to piss off Carrie and get in?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
No. I don't.
People do that kind of stuff.
No, would that mean? No, there was not. I know what kind of fire I would be playing with if I did that.
As Heidi mentioned, she was out of the house when the murder itself took place. Amanda, however, trapped and unable to leave, witnessed the horror and recounted the event in all its brutality.
I kept telling him to be quiet. I panicked more. Terry came in and he told him to shut up, and he ran over and he kicked him straight in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Hard as he could with steel-toe boots, which made him cry out.
Yeah, understandable.
And wouldn't stop making noise. And Terry started wrapping the belt around his neck, and I guess Tim's fight or flight kicked in, and he actually, because he didn't fight back that much the first time. He tried to,
Right.
but then he realized, and then I think he thought if he cooperated, he would get out of it.
But so after Carrie kicked him in the crotch and then put a belt on his neck, that's when Tim started trying to fight against him.
Like, he started to strangle him, and he fought back, and he started to scream at the top of his lungs as he was fighting back. That's
right.
And Carrie was like, "You're going to be quiet," and he kept strangling him.
And then eventually Tim stopped fighting back. Yeah.
Carrie stood there, and he kept holding it, and he kept holding it, and he kept holding it, and looked at me, and he's like, "Did you think you guys were going to get out of this?"
After rescuing Amanda, officers made a horrific discovery.
Supposedly a body under all this.
Where?
Right
here.
Okay, well let's clear the basement.
Tragically, police confirmed that the body they found in the house was none other than Amanda's boyfriend, 50-year-old Timothy Ivy. He was declared dead on scene. The fact that Cynthia found Tim's body in the dining room, not the bedroom where Amanda said he died, told police something else significant.
I didn't move him. He moved him. He had them in the blanket, and he moved him.
Who moved him? Both of them did. Okay.
Well, Carrie mostly.
Right.
He was trying to get the dress.
Would I have done it? Yeah, if I had to drag it, but and he told me about cutting him up and and I acted like I was, because he said something about you have to go dark as night. Okay, I'm sorry, I can detach.
What does he mean by that?
I guess become like soulless like he is. I don't know. I cheat on him.
When searching the house, police discovered Tim's body right where Cynthia said it would be.
You want to just pull the covers back on body cam here? If we actually have a body in there.
Move forward down, next up now. Move forward together, next up now.
Yep, we got a body. It's gonna be duct tape. Yep. Okay. We got a body. Nail?
No, looks like it.
Can you get a...
Amanda's survival is a miracle, but her words about Tim's murder are haunting. The brutality, Carrie strangling him with a belt as he fought for his life, is sickening. Heidi's lies, blaming Carrie while holding a gun herself, reveal a chilling manipulation. It's infuriating to think she played the victim while Amanda suffered. The legal weight hits hard here. Tim's body, wrapped in a blanket, is proof of the crime's horror. This case shows how betrayal can turn deadly, and it's a gut check on trusting too quickly. Amanda's strength to survive this is inspiring, but the loss of Tim is a wound that won't heal.
With this in mind, the detective finally became more confrontational with her.
I saw a video from one of our officers' body cameras when they first got you out of the house, and you said something about holding somebody down.
No, I said something about holding somebody down. I said about holding who down?
I don't know.
I don't know. I said something about a gun, that I got his gun.
I don't think you told any of our officers about the gun. They
Yes, I
found
did.
it on you.
No, I did tell them. Okay.
Nobody knew you had a gun until that female officer found it on you.
Come here. Come here.
I got his gun. You're giving me up?
For the moment, yes.
It appears Heidi is being honest when she says that she told the officers at the scene about the gun. However, they didn't seem to realize she had the gun until another officer later pats her down.
Hey girl, I'm gonna need you to stand up here in a sec, okay? Hang tight right there for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get this part out of the way. You got anything on you that's gonna stick, poke me, hurt any way, shape, or form? Anything? Hey, let me finish. Anything I need to know about before I find it?
I don't know.
No pocket knives, no needles,
I
no.
don't do needles. I grabbed everything that I could and I know I seen one of
What do you mean you grabbed everything you could?
he guns, knives, bags, as much as I can in the van.
You don't have any on you
I
currently.
don't know, and I don't know what.
Okay.
I know I seen one.
Okay. Hang tight right here.
Is everybody dead?
No. Hang tight right here.
Why do you?
What's in your pants? Is there a gun in your pants?
I said I grabbed a gun when.
Don't move.
If I was gonna
Don't move.
Why I'm the victim and you're shooting me like I'm a criminal? Wow. I said
don't know, but it's all on you.
Yeah, it's loaded.
It's not my gun.
Note that while Heidi was initially handcuffed at the scene, another officer uncuffed her in an attempt to calm her down.
I put her in handcuffs in the first place. Well, I know, and I took them off because she couldn't make any sense every 3 seconds.
Meaning she could have drawn the firearm at any time since then.
You have any other weapons on you that we need to know about? Well, you weren't forthcoming with the first one, so you understand why I asked, right?
I don't have panties on me.
Okay, I'm not interested in what you got going on down there, okay? I'm going to search you, and I'm going to search you thoroughly. There's a female officer standing right here, so trust me, I'm not going to do anything inappropriate. You want to have your hands?
Indeed, I seen a dead man get dragged out of my bedroom. And you guys are...
Hang on.
The police had a question for Heidi that was even more crucial than the firearm.
My biggest question is, what did you mean when you said something about holding somebody down? Because I did see that part of the video and saw you say something along the line. I don't remember the exact quote.
I didn't hold anything
You
down.
said something about holding someone down.
Though Heidi now denied it, she had made a statement along those lines.
And then he tried to mock it. I'm holding her because he's trying to make her strip down.
It wasn't clear if Heidi was referring to Amanda or Cynthia at this time, but the fact that she might have been restraining either woman was worrying. And even more troubling was the fact that this was just the beginning of the lies the detective was about to unravel.
That's one thing I still don't understand is why she would tell me that you did have the gun and that you were making threats that both of them were going to die. If you were playing along with him like you said, sure, but I mean, why would she tell me that you had a gun?
He had the gun. He had set the gun down. I had not had the gun. I did have the gun. You know that. That I don't know.
Significantly, Amanda was not the only person who said Heidi had a gun earlier in the day.
Did you ever see a gun?
I did see the gun at the workhouse, but I didn't see it after that. I see it just a handle, just the clip.
Okay. What, you saw a gun at the work site?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had one at the workhouse.
Cynthia claimed she arrived at Heidi's house around noon. If she was telling the truth, that meant Heidi had the gun for about 11 hours, rather than the mere moments she'd made it sound like.
She's saying that you helped him.
What else did she say that was okay, I'm sitting here and I'm going to be honest without being offensive towards you, okay? Mm-hmm. I'm in a very tough situation, okay? And I feel like you're coming at me like when all I've done was try to keep myself alive and keep two women alive, okay? I can be a very violent person, okay? If somebody does something wrong, I can be. These people didn't do anything wrong.
Here, Heidi includes herself as one of the victims. This is common among perpetrators who will often find a way to victimize themselves.
We'll take a break for a little bit. We'll let you chill out.
Once he stepped away from Heidi, the detective likely knew which version of the story he believed. Before dealing with that, though, he needed to give Cynthia some bad news.
I appreciate you talking with me a couple times today. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay. It's a no bond felony warrant. I know. I talked to the prosecutor. I talked to my supervisors, and they all said we don't have a choice. So we're going to get you transported to jail here for long, and you'll have to see a judge about the warrant. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Well, it's not his decision to make.
The officer once again dove back into the interrogation, and Heidi's story changed one last time.
When you guys went to that work site or whatever today, did you have a gun with you then?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I thought about that after you left. Yes, I did. Okay.
Why?
He had given it to me because I didn't think that I was going to help him fix, what had happened.
Where were you when you heard the gunshots?
Where was I?
Yeah.
Are you talking about when after the cops hit?
Right. When you heard our gunshots.
I was on the curb.
Okay. Did you see what happened?
No.
No.
No. Can you tell me? Or should I might not be able to handle it?
Amanda had a bit more insight into what happened directly before the shots were fired.
He kept saying she was crazy and psycho, and she kept saying, she didn't want to do this anymore. She didn't want to be with him. Whenever I heard him running to get Heidi, he come running back in the room, and he was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "How could I do anything? I didn't do anything."
Right.
He just kept walking back and forth.
Yeah.
He came back and he sat down in front of me at one point and leaned back, and he was just.
Despite her protests, Heidi was taken to jail to await trial. It was determined that Cynthia and Jason were not responsible for any part of the crime. On March 16, 2023, Heidi was convicted of criminal confinement, assault, and murder. She was sentenced to 16 years in prison for criminal confinement, 40 years for assault, and 65 years for murder, to be served concurrently. Her earliest possible release is set for 2070, so it's possible she will remain behind bars for the rest of her life. No punishment will ever undo the trauma and tragedy, but hopefully, Amanda and her family, along with Tim's family.
Heidi's 65-year sentence feels like justice, but it can't erase the pain. Amanda's survival and Tim's family's loss linger like a heavy fog. This case shows how one person's choices, Heidi's, deception, her role in the violence can destroy lives. It's a sobering look at how abuse and manipulation fester in the shadows, pulling others into chaos. I'm left wondering how Amanda rebuilds after such trauma and how Tim's loved ones find peace. This story is a call to stay vigilant, to protect the vulnerable, and to seek justice no matter how dark the truth.